Good morning, good morning. I'm Laurie, I'm the Thrifty Picker, and welcome to episode 16 of my morning mug, where I go over items that I have bought at thrift shops for the most part, and flipped them on eBay for a profit. Let me go over here and do a refresh so I can bring up the chat. I hope my sound is good. Really hate some of the thumbnails on these videos. Make sure this is all right. Slide this over here. Okay. See if anybody comes in. So, I did have a couple of good sales yesterday. Any sale, I always say this, any sale is a good sale. Good morning, Nikki. How are you? I had two good, decent sales. I mean, they weren't, absolutely out of this world $1 million sales or nothing like that. But I did have two good sales, and they were both clothing items. And I'll show you what those are. The first one was this Dragon Force 3 Hammers band graphic tee. The back says 3 hammers high in the burning red sky, force and the fire protectors of mankind. It's just like a jersey. I'm doing good. Got so busy yesterday I couldn't come into the hustle. Had some errands to run and didn't make it in. I sold that. I paid $1.33 for this, and I sold it for $16.99 plus shipping. So can't beat that. And this one was my best one. I listed this yesterday. That one there I relisted about a month ago, or hit resell similar about a month ago. This is a Jess and Jane made in the USA top paisley print. It's got some little rhinestones on the shoulder, and it was new with tags. I paid 58 cents for this on the clearance rack. I'd never heard of this brand. Yeah, me too. And but the design caught my eye. The fact that it was new with tags, I always grab them. New with tags is a no-brainer. And I thought, well, so I looked it up, and I seen that they were selling like $35 with free shipping. So I put mine on for $30 with calculated shipping. Listed it yesterday, and it sold about 2 hours later for full price for $30 plus shipping. So I'm happy with that. It is neat. I mean, it's something my sister would wear. I just got her colors, but I wouldn't wear it. I'm not a frilly, and it's got what they call the lettuce edge. Yes, because it looks like roughly. It's got it on the sleeves too. But hey, I paid 58 cents for it. I hit the clearance rack every time I go. I don't even go to the main floor area anymore. I make my rounds throughout the store and hit the places, like I hit the back aisle that has all the hard goods and stuff, and electronics and all that. I hit all that. And yeah, I'm a t-shirt, sweatshirt type of person. I only dress up for funerals and weddings, and if I'm going out to a nice place to eat. But I mean, I do have my own style, but for the most part, just around the house, it's t-shirts and jeans or sweatshirts and jeans. and a flannel or something like that. So that's what I'm most comfortable in. But I do dress up when I have to go out someplace. But as soon as I come home, it's nope, weren't leaving that on. Oh, but yeah, so I can't complain about that. That was some good sales, especially the Jess and Jane. But I recommend anytime you find anything with new with tags, unless it's like a Walmart brand, which those sell too, just not as quickly or as high as the rest of them. But it's like I found another one yesterday, or not yesterday, day before yesterday. We stopped into the thrift store because Teresa was looking for some more metal signs for our kitchen. Because I kind of turned in. It looks like a diner now with all the new stuff in it. I'm sorry to hear that you have a funeral. I mean, nobody likes funerals, but I have a rough time with funerals, especially if it's a loved one or whatever. So because I'm not a weeper, so I always stand there with my sunglasses on and as stoic as I can possibly be. So, but I try to be there for everybody else too. But I'm sorry to hear that you have a funeral. I hope it's easy on you, which none of them are. No funeral's ever easy, no matter who it is. But I always have the thought that they're still with me, right in my heart. So, that's the main thing. Sometimes if it was something like they were suffering from an illness or something like that or whatever, sometimes it's better they go off, and peaceful. I seen a thing today. It said, and it reminded me, where everybody says rest in peace, and somebody said, why can we only rest in peace when we've died? Why can't we rest in peace in life, or be in peace in life too? Which is a good point. With everything going on in the world today, we need to look for that peace. There must be a cat out back. Listen to him. Can you hear him? Yeah. When they've lived, a good full life and they're ready to go, it's, so, I mean, it's different with my parents. My mom passed away in her sleep, so it was very unexpected. And she was only 67 years old. Oh, yeah, he's ferocious. And so that was very unexpected. So that was a rough one. And she was very well liked throughout the community. And, she did a lot. She was she worked at the local pub, so to speak. And it was just a little dive in town, and it was a biker bar. And when her and Dad took over that bar, it was called the Old Buckeye. And when she and Dad took over, she kind of like went in there with guns blazing. She said, "This is my bar. This is how I'm going to run it. This is how you're going to act. You're not going to come in here and act like big tough guys and throw shit all over my bar." And one of them mouthed off to her, and she said, "I've still got it. It's a little rosy red baseball bat, buddy." She slammed that down on that counter. She said, "Next time it's going to be your head." So it was like after that, all these bikers, they'd come in and they were just so polite. She said, "If I hear any one of you drop an F-bomb, you're going to lose some teeth." So, and she meant it. But she took this little dive of a bar and turned it in to not just a biker bar, but where everybody would like to go and hang out. And it was really cool. My sisters would drop me off because they'd go to work, and I'd have to get to go to the bar and sit at the end of the bar where these bikers would come in and buy me candy bars and give me peanuts. And it was pretty cool. So, but yeah, she was very well liked. And when she passed, the cemetery is probably about 20 to 25 miles from where we live. And we had a full procession of so many motorcycles that were leading the funeral procession down to the cemetery. It was like 2.5 miles of procession. And probably a mile of that was nothing but motorcycles. We're talking Iron Horsemen, the Journeymen, you name it. They were there. and they were all gathered around. I mean, we had, police officers, all that, anybody that ever come in contact with Mom was there. So it was very, very large and very, very long procession. So it is pretty cool. It kind of helped ease some of what was going on, with it being so sudden. So, and then with Dad, he died at the hospital. I was in one hospital with heart conditions, and he was at the VA hospital. So I wasn't there when he passed, but I knew at that time, I knew exactly when he was gone, because my sister showed up, and I already knew, and they were trying to find a way to tell me that he had passed. And the nurses were concerned because I had I was in there for heart issues. I was on the monitor and stuff like that, and they were afraid that the stress would cause me to go into cardiac arrest. And I knew what they were up to. I knew what they were trying to do. And I said, "You don't have to tell me. I already know. He's gone. I already know it." They're like, "How do you know us?" I just do. So, but yeah, he hung on till he was 87, I think. So he was ready to go. He wanted to go be with Mom. So, but they're still here. I know they're here quite often, especially my dad. He was always a jokester. So things turn up missing and hidden in some unlikely places, and I know it's him. TVs come on and off on their own, and it's usually on a channel that he would like. Yeah, for the most part, it's okay now. I mean, my mom had heart disease and died of congestive heart failure, and I have congestive heart. But at that time, I was like 320 pounds. So after that incident, I took it upon myself that it was time to get better. And so I do. I'm off my blood pressure medicine. I've lost probably almost 80 pounds. And, I'm still working on that, trying to get down even healthier. But now that my knee has been, acting up, it's hard to go and do the workouts and things like that I need to keep the weight off. But I still watch what I eat. So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they watch me because of the history with my mom having that, but so, but I try to stay on the good path. I fall off the wagon every now and then and eat things I shouldn't eat, but it's not like I used to. I was always I was a stress eater too, and a boredom eater. And I credit a lot of my weight loss to getting back into eBay, because I'm up off my feet. I'm constantly busy. I'm not bored anymore. And, when I do eat, I'll grab healthy stuff rather than junk food. And so I'm not sitting in front of the TV just shoving food in my face. So, but yeah, I feel a lot better. I have asthma too, so the weight loss has helped with the asthma. Now I just need to quit my cigar smoking. I smoke those little cigarellos. They come in like a cigarette pack. But, it might take me 3 days to smoke a pack. I'm not a chain smoker or nothing like that. I might have 4 to 6 cigars in a day. I mean, one's bad enough for you, but and I don't smoke in the house. I won't do that. I won't smoke in the cars. It's just outside or none at all. I've tried the e-cigs, but they burn my throat. And, I've tried every different type. My nephew bought a mod kit and everything, and I really liked it, but it started making my throat hurt and stuff, and it just, "Hi Valerie, how you doing?" So I don't do that anymore. I just went back to, and my nephew, as a matter of fact, he has a e-cig mod, and the dummy, he was using it, and he inhaled so much, so long that he passed out. and fell and hit his head. And he come to me, he's like, "Ooh, better not do that again." So, but yeah. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to get in with y'all yesterday. Got busy, like I said, like Nikki said, when you hate when life gets in the way of YouTube and eBay, but sometimes it does. And even though you have a list of things you got to do, you don't get to it till later. So, but yeah. So, but yeah, I had my 3 sales, so I'm happy with that. Would like to have 30, but I did manage to get some stuff listed because I've been taking and writing my drafts one day, taking my photos the next, and uploading that day. So I'm always a day ahead on my stuff. So, and I've always got stuff to list each day. Yeah, they're not, and then they have this thing called the healthy cigarette, and all it is you're sucking regular air through it. That's it. And then they have like a mint filter taste. They have different flavors, and when you pull that air in, you get that flavor. But it's basically for the hand to mouth coordination or hand to mouth thing. You always feel like you got to do that. So they're trying to figure if they do that, that's part of the smoking issue. So some people chew on a straw, which I've tried that, and nah, I don't like it. Or some people say just cut straws into the length of a cigar and, or cigarette and use that. To me, it's no different than breathing in. So, and I had quit. I had started back in '97 when my mom passed. And then when I had my back surgery in 2005, they said, you have to quit or the fusion won't take, your bones won't grow together right. So I quit the day before my surgery. And I hadn't smoked again until probably, I'm going to say 2014. So I had quit for all those years, and we put in a fire pit out in the yard, and we're having parties, and and I'm sitting there drinking a beer, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I would love to have something to smoke, a cigar, or a cigarette, or something. And I went to the store, bought me a pack of chocolate cigars, and there we go. Yeah, I really do want to quit, and especially because every now and then I'll be smoking, and it's like, how this thing really tastes nasty. Why am I doing this? And I'll put half of it out and then I'll come back in and do stuff or whatever. And then I'm thinking, oh, now I want another cigarette, and I'll smoke it. So I mean, it's just like, and then when I get to that last pack, that last one in my pack, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna quit. So I smoked that last one, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm out of cigars. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? But the thing is, if I'm not smoking, I'm eating. So I'm trying to, I don't know, maybe I'll get me some, what do they call them, sugar snap peas. Yeah, and that's me. It's like, am I right? And I know what it could do. I know I could end up with COPD. I know all that stuff. It's like, but I still do it anyway. And like I said, I don't smoke a whole pack in a day. It takes me 3 to 4 days to smoke 20 cigars because they come in those little, they look like cigarettes. And, some people like one right after the other. The only time I do that, it seems like, is when we have band practice. And it seems like after every song, we got to go smoke. So my kids are a bad influence because I got to go right with them. They're going to go smoke. I'm going to go smoke. So I'll quit one of these days, and hopefully it's before I end up with lung cancer or COPD or something like that. So I'll think of something. I know the last time I quit back in 2014, I bought those mint flavored Lifesavers with the little blue center, and I ate them. I mean, I would go to Sam's or Costco or whatever and buy the big packs, and I'd keep them. And every time I'd want to smoke, I'd pop one of them in my mouth. So, I mean, it had helped. And then I got tired of doing that, and then I could quit smoking. So I went 10 years, well, almost 10 years without smoking. So, oh, of course, my doctor was not happy when she found out I picked up the habit again. I thought she was going to hit me, but she didn't. So, but yeah, but thank God for the weight loss. Otherwise, I probably would have been in cardiac arrest if I was still smoking at that weight. So, oh. So I hope everybody has some great sales today, which I'll probably see y'all over in the hustle because as far as I know, I don't have anywhere I need to go today. Yesterday, I felt like I spent most of the day in the car. I hate days like that where you just got to go 15 different places. Yeah, that's what I do. I might be up 6 a day at most, 6 cigars. Sometimes it's only 4. I'd have to tell myself probably 21,000 times to stop. Or put what do they call them, one of them buzzer things on a pack of cigars. Every time I touch it, it shocked the shit out of me. Yeah, hell. Like, give me a bad experience. Oh, mercy. So, I got my, one of those, I've ordered one of those 3D diamond painting things, so I've been dying to try that. So hopefully that'll take my mind off of smoking a little bit where I get into that. Because I started with the phone app. It's called Pixel Art, and it's like a color by number. And Valerie, this would be good for you. I don't know if you can see that, where you color it by number. Because I know you like to, and it's going to turn out, and it's going to be this. It's a art print. It's really neat, and it's called Pixel Art, and it has all the colors, and you got to go find all the numbers. So that takes my mind. When I start doing that, I don't want to do anything else. I'll sit there and color, and I'll do that for hours. So I have it on my iPad and on my phone. So hopefully that helps too. So I'll be sitting there, and my daughter come in and says, "Are you coloring again?" Yeah. So what? But yeah, it is really neat. And I'll show you the diamond thing I got is I had to flatten out the canvas, but it's this. I haven't started it yet. It's a 3D painting, and it's by number 2. All the colors are all the packs of diamond little. They're more like rhinestones, but they're all numbered. The color numbered, and it corresponds with the number on the canvas. So I can't wait to get that done because I'm hanging that in my bedroom because I love horses. Absolutely love them. I have a whole collection of Breyer horses that I have been buying for years. I got hooked on those when I was a kid when my sister had the Breyer horse with the old Jane West doll. She had a Breyer horse with that, and I have been hooked on that ever since. And what's really cool is being in the paranormal. There's a lady that I know she talks about how, things that you're interested in or things that you dream of. She does like a hypnosis thing. And she ties things in where, like, say, for instance, I love horses. She says in another life, I don't know who believes in that stuff, that I was involved in horses at some point. And then when my sister and I did our family tree, we found out that we are part of the Beaumont Farms in Kentucky and Tennessee, which is one of the largest horse breeding farms in the nation. And it started in Scotland, which is where our family's from. So Scotland and Ireland. And horses were brought from that part of our family over to the United States. So they said that's why I have such a tie to horses, because it's literally in my blood. I've been on a horse one time, and that was after my back surgery. And so they were afraid that I would get bucked off, so I'm not allowed to ride horses now. But, there's a horse barn right over back behind the property where I live, and I like to go over there when they're out. I take them carrots and apples and sugar cubes and stuff. And, you know, the farmer see me coming, and he's like, "Oh, hi, Miss Angel," you know. I take the dogs back there because they love the horses too. But I've never owned a horse, although I know I would love to. Never been on a horse, but I absolutely love them. I just think they're the most beautiful animal. So it just makes you wonder how them skinny little legs hold up all that weight. But yeah, I thought it was interesting to find out that, you know, that what she was telling me does, and this was before we found out our family tree. So everything, all the pieces just fell together. Because I mean, I love Western stuff. I've got cowboy hats like you wouldn't believe. I've got boots. I've got belt buckles. I've got all this stuff that has to do with the Western attire, the Western flair type thing. And it's just, I feel good when I'm wearing that stuff. And when I'm around horses, we go to the fair all the time. And it's the first place I head is to all the horse barns and see all the horses. And morning, why not? How you doing? So, and when I found that out, that we were actually tied into that particular horse breeding farm, it was really neat. And we've had some great horses come from that particular breeding farm. So some of them have won the Beaumont Stakes, of course, the Preakness, the Triple Crown. I mean, it's just like, wow, I mean, it's part of my heritage. I love it. I love being. So one of these days, I'm going to take an actual trip down to the farms at the Beaumont farms and check it out and say, hey, that might be related to you all, because it was like a great uncle or something like that. So it's definitely traced a bloodline, actual bloodline of our family that did that. So I thought that was cool. So I'm going to get off here, and I have to go get a refill of coffee and get ready for. You're still on the keyboard, but still listening. Okay. But I'll be in the hustle today, Valerie, if you're going to have that. I've got stuff to work on today. I've got a whole list of stuff I'm planning on doing. I've got some things marked off, but not everything. So Valerie, yeah, I'm a list maker too. If I don't write it down, I'll forget. So I write everything down and I work off that list. I've done that. I think it comes from all the years of being a manager, a supervisor, and of all those people in all those departments, you have to write things down or you forget. So, but I'm happy with the process I got going on here too. So it works great. So I get stuff done. I don't have things piled up around me. I've got stuff going on today. I got my auction tonight. So I got to get things. I got everything photographed. I just want to make sure I have everything in here so I don't have to keep running all over. So I'm going to get off here, go get me some more coffee so I can keep going. And I will see you guys over in the hustle. So y'all have those that don't make it into the hustle, get out there and get to picking then. You never know what you're going to find. So I'm going to get off here. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.